What's up, guys? Today we're going to be pulling the headlights out of the Caprice. We're going to be taking them to a friend's house here in the next couple days, get them all cleaned up because they're super hazy like most Caprice headlights. I'm going to do how to take the headlights out, how we're going to fix them, and then how we're going to put them back in. Here in Michigan it is 3 o'clock in the morning, like always, and it's about 15 degrees outside, so I'm all layered up. I'm going to be laying on the carpet, so I'm going to try and get through this quick because it's so cold. But I'm going to try and include all the bolts and sizes and everything else. So follow along and see how we get these out. All right, so the car only has one fender liner, so these down here, there's two, one on each side. These are T15s. The other one's right here. You have to take those out first. Okay, so next step is right here. All these are 7 millimeters. Some of mine are in, some of them are not. So these are next. Well, it appears they're all broke, so don't have to do it. So next should be a few 13s. It looks like mine has 3 of the 4 in. And of course, this first one looks like it got hit by a fucking aircraft carrier, so it's all jacked up. So if I'm struggling, that's why. Next on the list will be these 2 tabs. They are 10 millimeter sockets. So next is going to be these 2 bolts here. They should be 10 millimeters. I'm not going to film these because I have to have 2 hands. There's nowhere to put the phone and it's very tight in here. But these 2 right here. These are out. Next what we'll do is stick our hand back in here and pull this pin for the side markers. Alright, so once you have those bolts on both sides out, these 4 little black tabs just pop up with the straight screwdriver. Like all the other ones on the car, just slide in, pop up, and they pull out. Pull those 4 next. Okay, now it should just be able to wiggle off. Like so. Front bumper's off. I'm just gonna let it hang by this wire for now. That easy. Don't mind the rust, it's a Michigan car. But right here is a 10 millimeter, and then over here is another 10 millimeter. We'll have to take both of those off. Okay, next we have one more bolt down here, and it is a 10 millimeter. Okay, second 10 millimeter right back in here. Okay, so to get this out, all I did was slide in the back here, flat screwdriver, and then slide it up. And we should be able to maybe wiggle it out. Oh, there. Oh, there we go. So this looks like it's for the strobe option. So I'm gonna figure out how we can take that off real quick. Okay, so the headlight's out. As you can see, this is actually the nicer of the two, and it looks like crap. So we are gonna try and clean this up. I ended up just, roll this over. I ended up just cutting it. It is the strobe. It serves no purpose. I can't use it, and there's no switch in the car. Pretty easy. I want to say this one took me about a half hour. Fun fact though, there were still sirens in the car. So we will be pulling these and adding this to the diet and see how much more we can pull off the car. I will throw the additional weight of whatever we take off, which will pretty much just be this, at the end of the video to keep a running tally of what we're pulling off the car. All right, so we're done with that. At the very end of the video, because it doesn't make any sense to include it in this, I'm gonna pull that siren out. But as of now, we're done. I'm not gonna record the other side. I'm just gonna pull it out. It's the same thing, so you don't need to watch me do the same thing twice. Here in a second, for you, we're gonna take the headlights over to Mike's house, see if we can't clean them up. He said he's got a way, so we're willing to try. And then we'll put it back in the car, then hopefully take the siren out and put the overall weights back up on the screen. Bumper's back on. I just slid the clips back in here and the 4 up front. I'm just gonna slide this strip pan underneath the car. I'm gonna put the headlights probably in the car. So that way that I don't break them, because they are very, very, very expensive, which is why we're gonna try and replace them. But now that all this is wrapped up, here in a second for you, probably a few days for me, we're gonna head to Mike's and see if we can't get these cleaned up. They look like absolute crap, even though we probably have a half hour or so in to trying to clean them. The Caprices are notorious for crap headlights. Like I said, they're like $600–700 for a pair. So we're gonna try and salvage these, and then yeah, head on over to Mike's.
Ryan Little.
Just like that, we are back at the house. You can see these are about 1,000,000 times better than what they were before. So go ahead and throw these back in the car. And just like that, we are done. Headlights are in, car is completely buttoned up, the hood still popped, but headlights work, side markers work, bumpers on, everything went pretty smooth, and it only took about 50 minutes. I started just before 1 o'clock. So, car's wrapped up, good to go. I will throw the weight information in here in this next little clip. And I also took a cage out of the trunk. So we'll be weighing that here in a moment too, and do a total weight, because I forgot that's actually in the shed. So I'm gonna skip to that, and thanks for watching. Okay, so it looks like this just these 2 bolts right here. They look like 12s. So I'm gonna try and pull this off real quick. of course my crappy Walmart scale will not register the weight. So what we're gonna do is use my little food scale I have and see what it comes out to. Another 6.5 pounds. Oh, I almost forgot. So this is 6.5 pounds. I still have a ton of wiring that we pulled out of the car, the nuts and bolts and everything. So I'm just gonna round this one up to 7. That way I don't have to try and weigh everything and do the math on something stupid. So real quick, this is the cage I was talking about that was in the trunk. I think this was the floor, this separated it, and then this covered this big circle here. I might keep this fire extinguisher holder for the car, so we'll see if I can't peel that off, but I mean really that probably weighs a pound. So because I bought the car with this in it, I'm going to include this in the number we're pulling out of the car. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this on a scale real quick and see, and then with all the stuff we pulled out, like the siren and the stuff from the headlights plus this, I'm gonna add that up real quick and then keep my running total for the amount of weight we pulled out of the car. So it looks like another 30 pounds. Okay, so if my math is right, we had 100 pounds starting on the last video. We pulled 7 out with the siren and some of the wiring, and then we just pulled another 30. So we're at a grand total of 137 pounds pulled out of the car so far. And if you made it this far in the video, I appreciate it. Make sure you like and subscribe. Keep following along. We'll hopefully have another video here shortly.